Sisi, thank you very much for your time. What really happened?
I take the baby on 31 July to Matsekana Clinic on Alexander. I find the two people outside for the gate who was wearing a green t-shirt. After that, they asked me about ID. I said, I don't have ID. They said, go to private clinic. Mahara Clinic is for South African, is not for foreigners. After that, I go to 8 Event Clinic. The health worker chased me away. They don't help the foreigners. After I take the baby on Johannesburg Clinic. After they don't help me also, I take the baby on private clinic. They also on Johannesburg. They help me. The same day on 1 August, the baby died after they helped me on private clinic.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned that in one of the clinics, you were actually chased away by someone that works in the clinic. Which clinic was that?
8 Event Clinic. Is the health worker chased me away. After I give him the card for the baby, they asked me that, are you from Zim or South African? I said, I'm from Marawi. He said, they can't help foreigners. Mm-hmm. Is that what it was happening?
And what was wrong with your child at that particular moment when you decided to rush her to the nearest clinic?
It was the learning stomach and vomiting. And the body, it was hot. Yeah, it was happening for him.
And I mean, we had a conversation with you and I earlier on where you were saying you've already lost your child, but you would hope authorities, get to do something about this before many lives are lost in this manner.
I want like the police and president or those people for South African to help the foreigners. Mustn't choose that this is the foreigners, because all of us, they are black people. They can't choose each other. Must help each other. Even the foreigners, even the South African people, they mustn't allow the people to die because of ID. Yeah. Is what I want the police and president to help the foreigners and everyone.
Yeah. In the aftermath of this painful event, the economic freedom fighters have stepped in. The EFF has announced that they are opening a case against Operation Dudula, holding them directly responsible for this child's death, while also placing blame on law enforcers and medical staff who stood by and allowed this to happen. But before we get into their official statement, let us first revisit the background of this heartbreaking incident.
Now, if a child is a child of a foreign national, does that mean that that child will not have access to healthcare? And that is what the mother of 1-year-old Praise Banda alleges in this case. She says, her child fell ill and she immediately rushed the child to Masakane Clinic here in Alex. And then she alleges that people that are believed to be members of Operation Dudula blocked her from getting access to the clinic, essentially demanding her to have to possess the South African ID in order for her to be assisted. Now, in the second clinic here in Alex, she also claims that she also, she went there, of course, because she was refused entry at the first clinic. She was hoping that she will be assisted this time, and she alleges again that this time she was dealing with, healthcare professionals that told her that they will not give her access to, healthcare because she is not a South African national. But we are still hoping to hear from the Department of Health really about this as to what is currently being done, and also, what will it take for them to take action against such. When we covered the story earlier on, Veronica, the mother essentially said that she understands that she has lost a child and she's still feeling the pain. She's still reeling from the pain, but she would really love authorities to intervene so that there isn't another 1-year-old Praise Banda. Now, we understand that the economic freedom fighters in Gauteng will be gathering outside this police station, exactly where we are in Alexandra, and this is to really, lay a charge against Operation Dudula, against all these allegations that have been leveled child against him. We are not sure if Operation Dudula will be responding to what will be happening today, but we will get a comment from them, as we know that their president last week distanced themselves from the incident, essentially saying that their members were not at the clinic when Praise's mother took him to the clinic, and that they are not part.
You've heard it, you've seen it. The facts are undeniable. Now, let us turn to the official letter released by the economic freedom fighters. EFF Gauteng to open a case against Operation Dudula for blocking access to clinics in Alexandra and causing the death of Praise Banda. The economic freedom fighters in Gauteng condemns the illegal and barbaric conduct of Operation Dudula, which has been blocking access to health facilities in Alexandra, including Alexandra Community Health Center, 8th Avenue Clinic, and River Park Clinic. These unlawful blockades have now led to the death of a child, Praise Banda, whose mother, Grace Banda, was denied entry and medical care by this vigilante formation. The EFF Gauteng maintains that Operation Dudula is nothing more than a criminal gang masquerading as a community structure. Their profiling of patients at clinic gates, demanding IDs and proof of nationality, is unconstitutional, unlawful, and reminiscent of the past laws of apartheid, where black people were forced to produce documents to justify their existence. This is a direct assault on the dignity and rights of our people, and it cannot be tolerated in a democratic society. Denying people, whether South African or migrants, access to healthcare is not only illegal, it is a grave public health danger. Blocking patients from TB, HIV, maternal health, immunization, or chronic care services threatens everyone because diseases know no nationality and untreated conditions spread through communities. These actions put at risk the very society Operation Dudula says it is trying to protect. The EFF also strongly condemns the lack of action from the police, who continue to stand by while groups prevent patients and staff from accessing state facilities. This lack of intervention has encouraged further actions, now even reaching schools where children are being questioned about their citizenship. We also call on clinic and hospital managers. Allowing such groups to enter facilities or operate at their gates undermines your duty to protect patients and places the most vulnerable at risk. It is equally important to acknowledge that this crisis is linked to government failures. Collapsed immigration documentation systems, underfunded clinics, mismanaged home affairs, and a lack of real investment in public services. By failing to build capacity and create opportunities, government policies have created a situation where poor South Africans and poor migrants are forced into competition for basic services, an environment in which vigilante groups gain influence. The EFF in Gauteng will be opening a criminal case against Operation Dudula for blocking access to healthcare facilities in Alexandra and for the tragic death of Praise Banda. We call on law enforcement to urgently act, hold those responsible accountable, and ensure protection for all patients and staff at public health facilities. Operation Dudula's actions represent a dangerous slide into lawlessness and division. The EFF in Gauteng will not stand by while vulnerable groups, the sick and children in clinics, hospitals, schools, and communities face intimidation and denial of services.